The people from Africa, they've been suffering for ages. The Eritrean refugee, one of the longest crises in the world. No one bothered about them at all. They are human. They are people. They have right for life. And our duty, like, they are our brothers in Islam, our brothers in humanity. So our responsibility to make the awareness of this issue.
My parents come from Pakistan, from Peshawar. Around Peshawar there's refugee camps also. And I am from my ethnic background. My people, many of them at the moment are refugees. And I was only saved from that because my parents travelled to the UK. So these people, these refugees or anybody else, the fact that they are in trouble, that could have been me so easily. It could have been me so easily. And if I was in that position and I was in that situation and somebody could do something to help me, how would I not expect them to come? How would I not expect them to come?
I'm looking forward to going to the schools, I think, more than anything else. Just to see, being a teacher myself, being in that profession, and just wanting to know how they're teaching and just how the children are really.
أخي السلام عليكم.
عليكم السلام ورحمة الله.
كيف حالك؟
مرحبا كيف الحال؟
ايش اسمك حبيبي؟
حسب الله.
حسب الله. أخي حسب الله، كم لك في هذا المكان؟
والله أنا كبرت في البلد.
السلام عليكم.
وعليكم السلام.
كيف حالكم؟
تمام.
بخير؟
الحمد لله.
طيبين؟ كم عايشة أنت هنا؟ كم عايشة في هذا المكان؟
في المكان دي من 20 زيادة عندي.
أكثر من 20 سنة.
أيوه.
أنت عندك كم من الأطفال؟
الأطفال 4 عندي.
كيف أحوالكم؟ كيف تعيشوا يعني؟
والله بس صعبة مرة. ما عندنا كروت هسه هنا. أيوه ما عندنا حواشة، ما عندنا. بلاد كمان ما عندنا، وبهايم ما عندنا.
كم وجبة تأكلهم في اليوم؟
والله
بس أنا عايز منك بصدق يعني.
أيوه بس اللي ألقى بديهم 3 مرة أديهم كده، ب2 مرة أديهم.
إيش يأكلوا؟ إيش يأكلوا؟
ها؟
إيش تأكلوا من الأكل؟
لا العيش ما ناكل، نخبز كسرة وكده. عيش كمان عشان نشتري قروش يجيب نشتري له يومية.
لحم، هل تأكلوا لحم؟
لحم لا.
متى يمر عليكم لحم؟
لحم والله بس ما تمر لنا، لكن القروش ما
الآن متى أكلتي آخر مرة لحم مثلا؟
ها؟
متى أكلتي أنت وأولادك آخر مرة لحم؟
لا والله ما ناكل.
قبل كم شهر؟ سنة، سنتين، 6
والله
شهور؟
بس بدون الحقدة ما ناكل كده.
بيسألك أنت كأم وعندك أطفال، إيش الأمنية اللي عندك يكون لأولادك؟ إيش يعني أنت؟
قل عافية.
عافية؟
وتعليم.
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 This is a boys' school that we've just arrived at, and we've just been speaking to the head teacher of the school, the principal, and he's just been describing some of the conditions, okay, within the school. As you can see here, the class numbers are very, very big. In fact, most class sizes, okay, reach numbers of at least 80 pupils per class. And when I asked him, how do you teach these people? How do you manage? Because, when you have numbers so high, you can only but manage. And he said, we don't. He goes, we don't manage. He goes, all we can do is just stand at the front and just teach. And if somebody learns, he learns. And if somebody doesn't learn, then he doesn't. And we can't help them. Then I asked him, how can we help you? What is it that we can do that can improve the lives and the education of these children? And he said that water is a huge problem here. And if you listen carefully, you can hear the children in the classrooms over there, okay, making a lot of noise, okay, you can hear them screaming, and that's because, why? Because they need water, they can't concentrate. And he said that is a huge problem, not just for the children here, but for the staff. You know, I mean, subhanAllah, how can you expect, okay, children to learn in such conditions? And I'm pretty sure they're maybe not even all the same age range. Let alone maybe in a class of 80, you have probably up to 10 different ability levels. How does a teacher ever cater for that?
Majority of us are teachers in the UK. The reason why I've come here today is to find out about the education that you are receiving and the difficulties that you face. And we are going to, inshallah, take this message back to the UK and to the Muslim population in the UK and everybody else who we meet. And we are going to say that the children in these camps in Eastern Sudan are being taught with 65 to 80 children in each class. We are then going to say that they're being taught with 1 or 2 books. Okay? And inshallah we're going to go back and we're going to relay this message to the people, and we're going to try very, very hard to raise funds for you so you can have the best education possible for you, inshallah. One last thing I want to say. Here you have very little. And when we go around to the classrooms, we still see you very happy. And that makes us feel very emotional.
ركز معنا. هي جملتين. عندنا أقول لك this.
Do this.
اعملها.
If I say do that. Do this. Do that. No, don't. Do this. Do that. Do this. Do this. Do this.
As you can see, I'm sat with the head teacher of this girls' school. When I asked her about the situation, okay, of the actual girls here, she said that one of the biggest difficulties they face is a lack of food. She said the food they eat is, if you can imagine, getting some flour and mixing it with maybe a little water and oil on top. That's if they're lucky, they will get that. Some days they go without food completely.
She have missed her father 2 years ago. In this age, she covering the responsibility for family. She came in to receive education, and at the same time, she have responsibility for her family. كم عمرك يا ماما؟ كم عمرك؟
10.
She is 10 years old, and she's selling this food to support her mom, the rest of her brothers. He's saying, just I remember my father, and she cried. If she had father today, she could have who can look after her. And put yourself as you are in this situation, brother friend. How do you write it in this action, please?
We need to donate our money to providing resources for these people to enable them to stand on their own 2 feet. So please, don't turn your backs on them.
We're actually quite lucky. We're very lucky here today because we've managed to get hold of one of the people who actually runs clinic in Umgargur. It's pretty much the only clinic that provides care services for all the population right here and including the refugees. Now this brother over here, Brother Dr. Badruddin, he's the person who actually leads and manages this clinic or hospital, as they call it around here. And he provides all the administrational overheading, and he is also the sole resident doctor here.
Main problem which face us, malnutrition. I think their family, those child and their family are indeedly in need to help medically, socially, educationally, and to help them religiously.
You leave your family and you stay here, and you only visit them for 1 day a week.
Surely it is so difficult, but I hope that I help my brothers in religious and Islam whom are refugee and indeedly need to help and need from knowledge people whom are study medicine.
And he does this by choice. It's amazing.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. حياة علي إدريس، هيئة الأعمال الخيرية، معسكر كيلو 26، هوم فيزيتر سوبرفايزر. الأيتام ديل الله يرحمه كان بعرف أمهم أنا زمان، وبعرف أبوهم كمان الله يرحمه قبل ما يموت. فأنا أتذكر لما أنا كنت شغال هنا في ألف وجيت ماشية بالشارع، لقيت هنا الناس يكوركوا. لما جيت خاشة لقيت أمهم هي شنو قاعد تموت، كان في لحظة الموت. فإحنا جينا ووقفت كده في راسه وشفناها. بعد ذاك يعني شنو اليوم ذاك هي ما ماتت. والله الأولاد ديل حياتهم صعبة، ظروفهم صعبة جد كده.
This girl Amuna, who we've been filming, she makes this journey probably about 5 times in the day, 3 times in the morning and twice in the evening. The water is mixed with the mud. Okay, you find all sorts of materials in here. I can't believe that this girl takes this water home for her family to drink from. And you imagine having to drink from the same water that you're standing in. Okay, the same water that the cattle are drinking from, the same water that the cattle actually stand in. Now that just goes to symbolize the level of poverty that these people find themselves in. Now the journey to this particular water is about 20 minutes at least. And you imagine a girl, okay, of her stature, only 10 years old, having to carry, okay, such a bottle 5 times a day. Somebody who's malnourished, somebody who probably only eats, if she eats, once a day. What she has to go through to do this.